Commander. I'm glad from Glad Game, and today we're jumping into Gigantic, and we're going to learn / teach a little bit about Lord Knossos. I've been playing this guy for a little bit because he's the Minotaur of this game. That's who I play. That's who I like playing. I like playing the Frog too, but that's besides the point. This guy, he can do a lot of up close damage. He has a few different tools to get in and get out. His labyrinth is awesome. So let's get into this guide and let's show you what he's made of. Alright, let's get to know Lord Knossos a little bit. When he goes into combat, you need to know his base stats. His base HP is 2,500. And if you want to get out of combat at level 1 on his base, he has a 5-second delay for his HP regain. But when you do get it back, his HP regain rate is 133 per second. He has front armor 15, back armor of 10. Alright, he's also really inexpensive to get. He's only 5,000 crown and only 400 rubies. That's enough of this information. Let's get on to the attacks and ability. Lord Knossos' first attack and basic go-to ability is Skewer, your left mouse click. You have a few different options you can choose from, Bruiser or Pierce. I like going with Bruiser because if you land the first 4 hits, it boosts your basic attack by 20% for 3 seconds. You can upgrade this further with Sharpened Horns. With the Bruiser damage activated, if you hit someone with your Skewer again, it refreshes the duration. You can also choose seeing around with these upgrade options. If you kill a foe, you deal double damage for 5 seconds. Alright, the Pierce upgrade, if you sprint with your left mouse button, it does a different attack. It costs 10 stamina, but you do bleeding damage. 50 damage per second for 3 seconds. You can upgrade this further with adding Insult to Injury, increase the bleeding damage, and it refreshes the bleeding damage if you hit the person again. It is 60 damage per second for 3 seconds. You can also choose Overrun if you do the same attack for your Pierce, Sprint, and left mouse click. It inflicts cracked armor and the bleeding damage for -10 armor for 3 seconds. Lord Knossos' next attack is Chuck. You have a few different options you can choose from it, and his main go-to attack to secure kills from afar. You can go with Heavy Barrel or Taurus for upgrades. I usually choose Heavy Barrel just because it does bleeding damage. 50 damage per second for 4 seconds. It increases cooldown for extra 3 seconds, so it's a faster one out of the two. That's why I choose it. And when I upgrade Heavy Barrel, I go with Skill Shot. When you fully charge it, it gives your basic attack damage an extra 25% for 5 seconds. If you don't feel like that, you can go with Kidney Shot. If you hit someone in the back that's fully charged, it's an extra 150 damage. But if you don't feel like going with Heavy Barrel, you can go with Taurus. It slows enemies in a target area for 3 seconds. The cooldown is 11 seconds though, that's why I don't like it. But it's really good if you want to get in and do some damage. You can also upgrade Taurus to Immobilizing Taurus. If you hold it, it does cripple damage now, instead of just slow for 3 seconds. When they try to jump, they can't jump. So that's what crippling does. Spear Time is also the other upgrade that Taurus can do. If you hold the right mouse button, it reduces your cooldown for 3 seconds per each enemy you hit. Lord Knossos' main initiation attack is also found on your Q of your keyboard. It is Gore. What Gore does, if you run towards an opponent and you do a little bit of damage with your horns. If you want to upgrade this, you can choose between Bulldoze and Goring Up. I personally like going with Goring Up because on hit you launch the opponent. You can upgrade this further by choosing More Gore or Goring Toss. I like going with More Gore because that one single target now is having an area around them. So you launch multiple enemies in that target area. If you don't feel like going with More Gore, you can go with Goring Toss, which launches the enemy, that single enemy, much higher. So you might be able to put in a little bit extra skewer damage. If you don't feel like going with Goring Up, you can choose Bulldoze. If you press Q and then press it again, you perform a second powerful attack. However, the trade-off is that your cooldown is increased by 5 seconds. If you want to upgrade Bulldoze a little bit further, you can choose Focus on the Kill, which deals an extra 100 damage, and if you kill an opponent, it grants 50% focus. That's a lot of focus that you can get from your labyrinth. If you don't feel like going with Focus on the Kill, you can go with Initiating Gore. If you hit an opponent with over 75% health, it gives you a 25% basic attack boost for 5 seconds. This next ability is also one of my most favorite ones. It is Bull Rush. You can use Bull Rush by pressing E on your keyboard. And it also increases your movement speed by 20% for 5 seconds. If you want to upgrade this, you can choose between Major Beef or Raging Bull. I like going with Raging Bull because it gives your basic attack an extra increase of 15%. If you want to upgrade this further, you can choose between Longing Run or Monty Yalp. Both of them are equally good. I like choosing Monty Yalp because your movement speed and your basic attack damage is relayed to your nearby allies. If you don't like that, you can get your Longing Run upgrade. This is equally good, like I said. So your movement speed, you know how it's 20%? It's doubled. It's 40% now. So you get your damage and your speed. If you don't like that and you'll become a little more tankier, more beef, you can choose Major Beef. You still keep your speed buff, but you also get 300 HP. If you want to upgrade this further, you can choose Thick Skinned or Interrupting Cow. Both of them are equally good, just like the other one. That's why this ability is so great, because you can be versatile. But Interrupting Cow, what it does, it interrupts the opponents and damages them that's in front of you. It's 150 damage and ignores armor. Your Thick Skin gives you an extra 200 HP, so now you got 500 HP when you engage. Just be very aware, your Bull Rush is also used as an escape tool for me, so when engaging, just be smart on when you use it. This next ability you cannot upgrade, but this is your final blow for a lot of damage. It is Labyrinth. It deals armor ignoring damage, stuns all enemies in the nearby area, and inflicts bleeding and cracked armor. But don't be discouraged, however, because Lord Knossos himself can be upgraded. You can choose upgrades like Bloody Minded or Dominator. I like choosing Bloody Minded over Dominator because you become immune to weakness, and you recover from daze twice as fast. You can upgrade this further with Lifeline or Hardy. I like choosing Hardy because you get a 25% degen resistance, or after using your focus, you get a 50% degen resistance. And what degen does, if you got bleeding, fire damage, burning damage, whatever, it is decreased by that amount. So, if you don't want that, you can choose your Lifeline, and you get a 20% self-healing when you're out of combat. So it returns a lot faster. If you don't feel like using those abilities and you stick with your Dominator upgrade, you can choose it, and what this does, you get a 5% damage increase for each kill you get without dying. It has a maximum stack of 15%, but you can upgrade this further with Battle Fury or Remorseless. What Battle Fury does, you gain 10% focus for each kill or death. What Remorseless does, it gains a 10% speed and a 10% damage boost after every kill for 6 seconds. If you're so lucky and you're able to reach level 5, you can choose one of these 3 upgrades to upgrade one of your single abilities. You're going to choose one of them, however, so choose wisely. The choices are between Wind Up, Trample, and Fury. What Wind Up does, if you use Chuck, it deals more damage and ignores armor. And during a clash, after hitting someone with Chuck, your basic attack ignores armor also for 4 seconds. If you don't like that, you can choose Trample. Your Gore covers more ground and deals 50 more damage. And during clash on hit, Gore's cooldown is 7 seconds shorter. If you don't like either one of those and you want to upgrade your Bull Rush, you can choose Fury. Your Bull Rush lasts 3 seconds longer, and during clash, your basic attack gives you triple focus during the Bull Rush duration. Alright, so you got the abilities down. Let's start talking about different strategies, tips, and things I'll recommend while using Lord Knossos during battle. First of all, let's start talking about different builds that you can use. This first build that you see on the screen is something I like using a lot of. It is something I call the Skewer build. This build is focused around your Skewer ability, of course. You got your Bruiser upgrade, you got your Raging Bull upgrade, and you got your Skill Shot upgrade. All these upgrades increase your basic attack by a certain amount of percentage, so you can deal more damage, especially if you can combo these things correctly. That's why I like it so much. The next build that you see on the screen is something I like calling the Bodyguard build. If you don't have a tank in your team, this is a great substitute. Now don't get me wrong, Lord Knossos is not a tank, he is an attacking character, but he's good at bodyguarding friendly teammates, especially squishy ones, against assassins in your back line. Not only can you interrupt them with your bulldoze, but you also have some good sustain with your Major Beef. This third build I'll show is something I did not create on my own, and I'll leave links in the description below where I found it. But pretty much what it does is mainly great for early damage. And if you don't die, it might be able to pay off, and you can get a bunch of extra kills. Not only can you level up faster, maybe, depending on your skill level, but you can also get rewarded for what you do with this build. This second build will try to introduce you to characters to be aware of. Not per se to be afraid of, but make you cautious while fighting them. Also, this is not in no particular order. The first character I say to be very aware of is Zenobia. She can destroy your armor and immobilize you so you can't escape that well. And if she has any friends around, it can be proven deadly. Choose your engagement wisely against the Margrave. He has a lot of HP and armor, and if he gets his abilities off, he can interrupt your basic attacks. And if you're trying to escape, just be aware, he can daze you too. The next character I say to be very aware of is Beckett. Only one thing I have to say about her is the grenade. Cracked armor is proven deadly for Lord Knossos sometimes. The Fire Shaman himself, Charnog, is next up on the list. Not only can he do a lot of damage from afar, but if you try to get up close and personal with him, he might be easy to kill, but he still does a lot of damage and might prove effective when trying to escape from other enemies. HK206 is next up on the list. If he's in his turret form and in a good defensive position, he can be very hard to kill, and his mortar and gunfire can be even more deadly than what it's worth. Next to be aware of is Wu, the Kung Fu Frog. He can be very effective when he's using his downward kick toward you. Not only can it break your armor, But if you're trying to escape, he can use tongue lashing and pull you towards himself, doing more damage. The last character to be very aware of is Zendora. Not only is she quite annoying to fight because of her sustain and her focus shield, she can also try to secure the kill on you when you're low health with her speed buff and her damage buff. Almost last but not least is different tips and strategies when using Lord Knossos during battle. One of the main things to know during battle is different pros and cons about Lord Knossos. The main con about Lord Knossos is that he needs upgrades to become really effective. He has a great bull rush for escape and initiation attacks, but can also be proven very weak against crowd control like Zenobia or the Margrave. Well, that is the end of this tutorial video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you got anything out of it, or you see a build that I did not show, place in the comments below. I think the people that plays Gigantic or Lord Knossos will appreciate it. By the way, this is my first tutorial video, so if you see something that you did not like or something I should improve on, please let me know in the comments below also. One more thing, this is the last thing and I'll say. If you see another character that you want me to do a tutorial on, also let me know in the comments. So thanks a lot for watching, take it easy. I said that too many times already. And we shall see all of you in the next gaming video.